Hi all, Amber Celestial Angel here to bring a message and guidance on how to train the mind or quiet it down, right? So we can go into that meditative state, and which I speak of a lot, the oneness, the place of Zen within, aligned. And I know people have a hard time of shutting that mind down, quieting the mind to even get into that space and receive answers, because that's where you will find. Seek within and you shall find. It's actually seek and you shall find, but within is where we find seeking. So I want to give a few tools and tips here as I have noticed things that work, and it is a process. It is training the mind. It does need to be trained to quiet down. You could think of it almost as training a dog or a child in a way. It really is. It's a process and something to be learned and grow. So, one of the biggest things to even get in a meditative state, and right, so I want to be clear here too, when you meditate, right, you can have visualization type meditations where you're journeying somewhere, or finding pieces of yourself, finding answers in that way. So you've got visualizations. You also have just that type where what I speak of in the oneness, where you don't really have visualizations come through. You don't really have thought come through really at all. You are just being. You are just being. You are in the oneness. You are in the Zen. You are connected directly to Source, just fully aligned. So in either place, you can find it hard to shut the mind down. Visualizations are a little easier because you'll follow along and your mind will go with the visualization, like go with keywords in a meditation if you're listening to one. Or, of course, just your own mind can take you there. But when you're actually trying to shut it all down and just connect into the one in this balanced state of being, the mind can really take off. So, here are some tools. So when you are laying, and yes, you want to be laying in the space usually. It's the easiest way to connect. Laying down, just laying and being. And a lot of the time people find this helpful because at night when you're laying down, or in the morning you're laying down anyway. So that's the place where usually your mind will start to race. You can't get to sleep, or in the morning you can't fall back asleep because your mind is racing. So this is a great time to practice this, being in the oneness, in the Zen, aligned. And you do receive answers here. They just come in a different way, in a deeper level. So, laying down, as you're laying to connect with the one, aligning, as you're laying down, and you notice, first you've got to be the observer of your mind. You've got to notice that your mind is wandering, because it can just be going, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this. It'll take you and take you. So you've got to first observe that your mind is wandering, that your mind is not shut off. So having that observation comes first. Then as you're able to do that, then you're able to say, okay, my mind's wandering, and I'm going to calm it down, quiet it down. A big first step is breath. Breath. The breaths should be slow and steady. Slow and steady. Feeling into that space. And you will feel it in your body, in your being. You will feel your breath. And if your mind starts to wander, you can actually take this breath and give the mind something to focus on. Breathing. You can tell the mind, breathing, and feel even the breath go into the mind. And the mind will have something to focus on. That's what you want to have. Something to give the mind something to focus on. So that it's not wandering everywhere. Give it a job in a way. And then you take that like that, the breath, and put it into there, and it kind of naturally starts dissipating. It starts not wandering and starts just going into the being. And now you're in this place of being where there's no thought. There is just your breath, your body, feeling your body as one with all and feeling everything. And this is a great way to connect in with everything. Yourself, your body, mind, body, and soul. Really, this is the place. And as you align, you just are there being. Your mind is quiet. So that is the guidance today for you, to use any day, but is giving the mind something, training it, observing it, and training it to quiet down. All right, well, if you would like any sessions, you can visit my website, ambercelestialangel.com, and much love and many blessings to all. Bye, guys.